Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 7 of Civilization Beyond Earth. Not really expanding much at the moment, I'm just taking the time to try and do a little bit of exploration. Trying to plan where would be a good place to put a fourth city, and at the same time just trying to upgrade a lot of the tiles that we have. I'm thinking about setting up a fourth city here where this station used to be. I may have to send a unit up here to try and deal with these drones and things. We'll see how well that is going to work out for us. But let's go ahead and move on to the next turn. Not too sure how much damage these things can do to us. Probably quite a bit, although we can keep taking pot shots at it and healing up because it can't move into this tile because it is protected by an ultrasonic fence. So we should be okay there. Let's go on to the next turn. So we've got 3 cities at the moment, and we do have trade routes on every one of our cities. There we go, got a little bit of happiness from Slavic Federation because we have set up a trade route. Going to leave this guy up here, get him to 45 for a turn until that thing comes back, and then we can take another pot shot at it. Answer has finished the Saito Nursery, which is really, really nice. I don't think it needs an ultrasonic fence. It will probably be worth getting one at some point. But I think for the time being, let's go ahead and get the laboratory. Let's try and get as much science going as we can. I would like to heal you guys up, but I'm more concerned about getting this satellite first. I'm going to move you guys over here, just to give a bit more of a defensive position against these wolf beetles. This marine can just hang tight for now, in case the African Union do want to come back and attack at some point. So they do keep sniffing around with a lot of units. They do seem to have pulled most of them back from my borders now. I'm not entirely sure what they were doing. And there we have that drone beetle back again, so we can fire at that once more. Of course, there could be a lot more aliens and things around here. We just don't know what is there. You can move sort of safely onto that tile. You guys just stay up there and go on to alert, actually. If these aliens move closer to us, we should know about it quite early on. Because the problem is, I think these guys only have a movement of 2 and they'll have to move over a hill and through a forest. And we're on the hill, so we can actually shoot over the forest. So we're actually in a very good position up here on the hill, which is exactly the reason why I wanted them there. So you are going to fire at these guys. We just try and keep them at bay where we can. Choose Production Liqueur has finished its TAC jet, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and get the network. I really do want the science out at this point. And I'm going to take this TAC jet and I'm going to rebase it and move it over to Prosperity. Can't move it in one jump, it's too far away. They don't have a great range until they get upgraded, but we can do that. Veteracy gained, let us give you Discipline, so an extra 10% attack bonus. You guys are going to start constructing an expedition there. That's going to take you 5 turns. The Marine is just going to heal up. We'll see if that thing comes back. And then we'll have to think about building a colonist. I might actually get one from Prosperity as soon as it is finished with the auto plant. And then we can see if we can go and settle over here. It'd be really nice if we can. There's that drone back again. Once again, it can't do an awful lot to us, so we can just go in and try and kill it off. And in fact, we were successful. So we'll move forwards. We'll have a little look and see if there's anything up there. Completed a quest, apparently, although we do have a few that have failed. What was special delivery? Established network covert operation in Central. Okay. Well, we can do that at some point. Prosperity, you are going to build a colonist. 8 turns. Answer, you are going to build a recycler. Give you some more production. Not that you really need it with this titanium tile. And you've got the gold tile. Are you working the gold tile? Yeah, good. And you're working the good food tiles. Okay, that's fine. You're not doing too bad at all. Unit needing orders. They've backed off, so you just stay there and go on to alert. Trade convoy. You just carry on going to Camp Cascade. That's probably upgraded to the highest that it can be now. It should be tier 3. Yep, currently tier 3. TAC jet, you are going to get rebased to Prosperity. Just means that we can fire at anything that tries to attack from this direction. Which is my main purpose for building it, really, as a little defensive unit. Very, very good for taking out slow-moving units, especially when they have to come over hills and through forests and things like that. We should probably get this fruit at some point so we can upgrade that. That will be really useful for Prosperity, but there's no great rush to do it. So let's use these Marines to have a look around, see what we can find. This worker has upgraded the Ferrac site. We have actually spread to that fruit now, so let's go ahead here and do that. We'll take quite a while because it'll have to clear the forest first. You have built a farm. Everybody is happy with that. Now, we're not necessarily safe on this tile, and we will be right next to aliens. We will have to clear that nest out before we do anything else, so we're not going to upgrade that right away. What we're in fact going to do is just having a look what tiles we would like to get. Let's just go ahead and get a couple of farms up here and there. You will have to clear that miasma first, that I appreciate. You can fire at these guys again. We will have to go and clear that alien nest, just to be safe. Attack jet, you can just go onto air intercept mode, which is basically the same as being on sleep mode or alert mode. They'll do nothing unless someone tries to send an air unit nearby, and then it'll try and shoot them down. Discovered cognition, fantastic. Let's continue moving around with these Marines. It's going to be slow going, and in fact, we won't be able to move through this station, which is the problem we're going to have. So we are going to have to move the long way around, unfortunately. So we'll have to move you back to Prosperity, or at least move you around in this direction. We'll have to go this way to try and get to it. A little bit of a difficult trek, but we should get there without too much of a problem. What do we want to go for now, is the question. Genetic design could be useful. I mean, obviously we could get the gene garden, because we do have level 2 impurity, so that's not a bad idea. Xeno nurseries are also quite good as well, but it does require level 2 in harmony. So yeah, I think we're going to go for genetic design. It's only a few turns away, and it should be quite useful for us. Yep, let's go ahead and construct a plantation there. Now, we do actually have a spare spy who is just sitting here giving us this extra 2% health, which we don't need right at the moment. So I think we'll actually go and assign you to Central. And then we can try and establish that network, because we do have a quest to do that, so we might as well go ahead and do it. You are going to construct a farm here. Got to clear a marsh as well, so it's going to take quite some time. And keep our eye on his... I'm not sure if we actually take damage. There used to be... Workers used to take damage. Explorer units take no damage from miasma. Oh, it's one of the sciences, isn't it? There's a science that does it, and I can't remember what it is. I can't even remember now. I'll keep my eye on that worker anyway. I can't remember the tech tree on this game. Like I said, they have changed it since the patch. Even though it was only a minor change, it's still enough to make me just like completely forget everything. But the only good bug is a dead bug. That's 60 aliens I've killed now. So there's another one dead. Let's go on to the next turn. So we've already got 3 Ferraxite, 2 Titanium, and 1 Geothermal in the bank, which isn't too bad. I'm second on the score. Not terribly far behind the PAC at the moment. Yeah, this worker is taking damage from the miasma, so let's go ahead and clear the miasma first. Unit veterancy, you have gained an upgrade, so go ahead and take that. Production at 8, so what are we going to build here? Let's go ahead and get that auto plant. You guys just stay there on alert. Let's go on to the next turn. Expedition completed. 80 production for liqueur, that is very, very nice. Might heal these guys up and try and use them to clear that alien nest, because it's going to be relatively easy to kill all of the aliens doing this. And then we can bring a worker down and upgrade that fruit. Okay, so we finished the network. That was nice and fast. Let's go ahead and get the recycler for the extra production here. And remember, every building we build gives us additional happiness as well, so it's definitely worth doing that. Let's continue trading with that station, because it's giving us some nice cultural bonuses. Go on to the next turn. We could also put a few virtues into the prosperity tree and try and get like a free worker or a free colonist. I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to need the free colonist now. The free worker might be nice, but I don't necessarily know if we need it. Liqueur has finished the recycler. Let's go ahead and let's get the thorium reactor actually. We're not making a huge amount of energy right now. Quest decision. So we can either get free maintenance for networks or an extra 1 culture. We'll have the extra 1 culture, thanks very much, because that will help quite a bit. You're just going to stay there on alert mode and shoot at these guys if they come back. Trade convoy. You are going to continue on your previous trade route. Trade convoys also going to continue on previous. And on to the next turn. This marine's starting to get back. We will have a look around here and see what there is. But I think that'll be a great spot for a city. It's very, very well defended. It's going to be very, very difficult for anyone to get anything to it. And it has a lot of good sources of stuff quite close to it as well. We might not get that geothermal because crab roast might beat us to it. But we'll have a look and see what we can do. Let's start heading out in this direction. Alright, they've actually got a missile over here now. They've got artillery. That's a little bit problematic. Let's go ahead and establish this network here as per our quest. You're going to go ahead and build the farm now that miasma has cleared. Right, these guys are moving up again, so let's take some shots. Still not quite dead yet, but we should be okay there. They'll probably retreat back towards the nest on the next turn anyway. It's always nice to save up a fair amount of energy because you can always use it to quickly purchase some units if you're in a pinch. Looks like the Slavic Union and the Slavic Federation and the African Union have touching borders now, so they may have some disagreements later on. That could be quite an interesting thing. Should still be safe from these beetles. They may move towards us, but that is fine. Prosperity has finished the colonist. Let's go ahead and work on the hollow suite. That'll give us +2 culture and an extra +1 culture from the Ferrac site, so that is well worth having. We will have another Ferrac site in the not too distant future as well. We're going to move this guy over here. I would like to try and move out with the marine. Yeah, they have I think they're just trying to get over here to Camp Cascade and failing. I think, but it's hard to tell. You just stay up there on alert mode. I don't suppose I could get that boat all the way around, could I, because of the ice cap. So it's difficult to go around there and actually have a look and see what is going on, to be honest. Yeah, you're moving in, which is exactly what I expected you to do. We've completed genetic design. So you guys are going to go ahead and shoot that alien. And then you are going to move and clear out the nest. There we go. Got some copper down here as well. Copper, titanium... 2 lots of titanium. This wouldn't be a bad place for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this tile wouldn't be a bad place for another city either, because it would have access to the coral. 1, 2, 3. Well, it'd miss out on that Ferrac site, unfortunately, but it would have the copper. It would have 2 sources of titanium. 1, 2, 3. It'd be able to work this wrestling. So yeah, that's actually a very good tile. We'd be able to get some xenomass as well, although it's not something that we particularly need right now. So I think we will actually get ourselves another colonist. Not too sure how easily this colonist is going to be able to get through anywhere, but we're certainly going to try and get it through if we can. Obviously it just moves quite slowly. What do we go in for now? Well, xenomass. Well, we're certainly going to need those if that is going to be our plan. Let's go on to the next turn. Right, the drone sphere has been completed by the KTP. Stellar Codex has been completed by the Slavic Federation. Okay, so we failed to siphon anything there and we were undetected. We managed to siphon something there, but we were detected. That's 340 energy. That's not bad. Got some promotions as well. So we'll get these guys to continue doing what they were doing before. Choose production, Liqueur. You are going to build a colonist. I'm not completely convinced that my other one is going to actually survive to get where it needs to go. I'm going to keep you next to that miasma because you may be able to clear that nest out if it respawns. You are definitely going to stay there because that is a good spot. As for you guys, you're in a little bit of a mess. We can sort of get damage neutral if we sort of stay in the miasma, but it's going to be very, very difficult to try and juggle around all of these units that are getting in the way. I don't know why it has so many. We could try and go this way around, the really long way. But there are so many units here, I'm not too sure how easily that is going to work. Colonist, you are just going to fortify at the moment because you need these guys to move out of your way. Okay, we can get a little bit closer now. Well, Central had some stuff going on. Covert operation detected. Right, let's... One thing at a time. Let's start getting our units over where we wanted to go and settle, which is over here. Ainsa has finished its auto plant. Let's go and get a gene garden. So, covert agent promoted, and a covert operation was detected in Liqueur. So, we do need to get somebody on defensive. We've completed that quest. So, that mission. So, let's move you. Actually, let's reassign you to Liqueur. So we can actually make sure that there's nothing too funky going on over here. Let's go on to the next turn. 5 turns away from another virtue. Hopefully we'll be able to move on to this tile soon and heal up. So we can move here. We're out of miasma now, so we can heal both of these units up. We're actually getting close to where we want to go. You just stay there for now. On to the next turn. 2 turns away from getting that colonist. And once we've got those 2 cities, that will probably be all the cities that we set up. We probably won't have more than that, unless we find a really, really, really good spot. African Union has been identified in the curb. The agent escaped. Okay, that's not too bad. Still can't move out of this tile and go where I want to go, so I am going to just fortify up. Trade convoy is going to continue to previous. And on with the next turn. So yeah, I think we're going to have 2 good spots for cities if we can actually get both of these set up where I want them to. We are definitely going to need to get some more workers now, especially if we're going to have 5 cities. Discover the alien sciences, which is fantastic. What are we going to do now? Transgenics could be good. The gene smelter really, really helps with health issues, and that would allow us to go into protogenics to get more supremacy affinity. Or do I just go into something that would let me get a supremacy affinity right the way? Because we could go for the precog project. I'm not sure if somebody already has that or not. Tactical robotics could be good as well, because then we get cinders. I won't be able to build many of them, but I'm going to try and go for the precog project. I'm going to look now and find that somebody else has already got it. Let's have a look. Not there. Not there. No, nobody has it yet. Okay. So we have this colonist here. You should be safe enough to work your way down south. If you can get there without going through too much miasma, it would be wonderful. What are we going to build here in Liqueur? I guess we might as well go and get the gene garden. We are going to be spamming out a couple of extra cities very, very soon. So let's get as much health as possible before we do that. In one sense, I do quite like the way that you can't just found a city, the way it actually becomes an outpost first, because one of the good things about that is that you don't actually take the happiness hit or the health hit until the city's founded. So if you decide you want to rush a city out because you find a really good spot, the good thing is you can go ahead and do that and try and work on your happiness in the few turns it takes for the outpost to grow. So that is quite a good thing. Looks like we might actually be able to get over here now, with the rate things are going. Awesome. So on the next turn, I'll be able to land exactly on the spot that I want. We get to pick our virtue now. 1% stockpiled energy is a really, really good one to take. There's so much stuff here. We're making positive health. 30% of net positive health would be really good. That would also mean we generate an extra 10 culture here. And that would also put us only 1 more tier 1 policy away from a 10% production and energy bonus in the capital. We've got to go for that, really. Next time, we could even just get the 5 extra energy in the capital. And that would help quite a lot. So maybe that's what we'll do. Let's go on to the next turn. Probably still got time for a turn or two before we end the video. So, despite a few setbacks early on, I'm overall quite happy with how things are going. That's going to be the place we settle our next city. Choose production, prosperity. You are going to build a gene garden. We're going to get these gene gardens absolutely everywhere. So you finished your gene garden. You can go and get a network, science and culture. Quest decision. So, 2 culture from Hollow Sweets or a free virtue. Now, this is a difficult one because what is a virtue worth? At the moment, a virtue is worth, what, 715... Yeah, 715 culture. So, we could take a free virtue for the 715 culture, or we could get a +2 culture from Hollow Sweets. So, if we had 5 cities with that +2 culture, that would be 10. So, you'd only need 70 turns... 70 turns with 5 cities, each with a Hollow Sweet, to get that back. And there's more than 70 turns left in the game. So I think in the long run, Hollow Sweets is going to benefit us much more. So I'm going to go for the extra 2 culture from the Hollow Sweets. We've managed to get that connected up. The Phyrexite is done. The Phyrexite is really good for us now. 1 production, 3 science, and 1 culture. I'm mostly just leaving the cities to auto-manage because they do a fairly decent job of things... as far as things go. We might heal that worker up for a tick or 2. And then what I might do, we've got plenty of cash actually. We'll go ahead and buy this Phyrexite tile. And then we can go and get that connected up. Trade convoy, you are going to continue previous. Since the patch now, the previous trade route is always at the very top of the list. Just makes it much easier to see. Going to go right ahead there and found an outpost. And obviously, it already has some tiles done because it's quite close to another city. Like I said, if I was playing Civ 5, there's no way that I would let cities overlap this close together. But I think in Beyond Earth, it actually works out quite well. So it's not too problematic doing it that way. This will be the last turn before I end the video, so we'll just go ahead and see what movements we can make after the resolve. Okay, not an awful lot has happened, but we are going to go ahead over here and we are going to... we are slightly too close to the outpost. I hadn't taken that into consideration. That is a real shame. But that is only 3 Phyrexite. And I still think this would be a really good city. If I settle on top of the Phyrexite, do I get the Phyrexite? This is something I do not know. So we'll find that out on the next turn. So do I want 1 production from auto plants or do I want 1 energy from auto plants? Well, I think production is always the way to go, so we are going to go for that. That's that quest completed. This trade convoy is going to continue with its previous route. Obviously, we're going to need another 4 trade convoys soon because we will have an extra 2 cities once they have prospered. But that is all I can do on this turn, so I'm going to call that the end of the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization Beyond Earth, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.